Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to try an Incline fan fold rain dye. This is the first time that I've ever tried rain dyeing. I am doing a spiral at the same time, so I'm trying a couple shirts. I'm going to do a fold that I really like, where I take one corner of the hem of the shirt and fold it up to the opposite shoulder of the shirt. This fold isn't a symmetrical one. I just want to get the hem of the shirt up past the shoulder of the shirt. Then I'm going to find an area kind of in between the neck of the shirt and where the shoulder seam of the shirt is. Place my finger on that area, and then using a piece of kite string and a washable marker, I'm going to draw an arc on that part of the shirt and use that as a guideline for me to fan fold. Once I have the line fan folded, I'm going to hold the folds in place with some kite string. I want to use kite string because I am going to incline this design, and I don't really want the white lines from sinew, and I don't want anything to obstruct the dye flow. Once I have that initial line tied, I'm going to straighten the fan folds on either side of the initial line and continue tying them with kite string. It's not raining right now, so I'm going to go ahead and tie the shirt, but I need to put it aside until we start to get some rain. The weather forecast says that there's some coming in a couple of days, so I'm just going to have to wait till then. Okay, so I woke up this morning and it is lightly raining outside. So I want to go ahead and place the dye on the shirt. I've placed the shirt down inside of a piece of vinyl guttering, and I'm going to tie a piece of kite string to the very end of the shirt and then clip the piece of kite string to the very end of the guttering to keep the shirt out of the muck. All muck is the melt off from melting ice, or in this case the rain, that's mixed with the dye. That way the shirt won't slide all the way down to the bottom of the guttering. Also, because the shirt has been sitting for a couple of days, it's completely dry. And to keep the dye on top of the shirt a little bit better, I'm going to spray it with some soda ash solution that I've placed inside of a spray bottle. The colors that I'm using are Amethyst from Dharma Trading Company, followed by Vintage Purple from Dye Spin, Peony from Dharma, Royal Purple from Dye Spin, Razzle Dazzle from Dharma, and Lilac from Dharma. I'm going to lightly spray a little bit more of the soda ash solution over the top of the dye, just to make sure it doesn't blow around a lot when I take it outside. Then I'm going to add on a little bit of additional soda ash that's dry. I took the shirt outside and I propped it up against a metal shelving unit, which I've been using for gravity dyes. I have one end of the guttering down inside of a plastic container. That's going to catch any of the runoff. I left it out kind of under the trees for about 7 to 8 hours. Then I brought the piece of guttering and the container inside where it was a little bit warmer, kind of inclined the shirt inside, and I allowed it to process for about 24 hours before I started rinsing it. I did the normal rinse out process where I rinsed in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. I warmed the water up to hot and continued rinsing to rinse out the excess dye that didn't bond with the fabric and untied the shirt. I went ahead and soaked the shirt to get out any of the excess dye, and I did that by adding some really hot water to a container, added a little bit of Blue Dawn dish detergent to the water, and allowed the shirt to soak. When the water cooled off, I changed it out and I continued that soaking process until the water was almost clear. I ended up soaking this one for a couple of days because I ended up having to replace my washing machine. So once I got my new washer, I put the shirt along with some Dharma's Professional Textile Detergent into my washing machine and washed it using a hot water cycle. So the shirt's been washed and dried, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so what do you guys think? So I didn't get great color saturation, and I did check the back side of the shirt and it looked like I had pretty good color saturation. Obviously the back side was a lot lighter than the front side was, but the color had gone all the way through to the back. So I was a little bit surprised that I had quite as much white in the middle as I have. I mean, I don't hate it. I would have preferred that it had, better color saturation. But honestly, I think it just looks like a really unique shirt. I love the dye movement on it. I love the way the dye streaked down. I think that looks really cool. I don't know, just the middle part of the shirt is kind of the area that I'm not super excited about. I absolutely love the way the colors just flow into one another though in the streaky portion of the shirt. I think that looks really cool. Almost like three-dimensional in that area. So I consider this one a partial success. I think it would have worked out great if maybe we would have had a little extra rain that day. The rain was maybe a little too light. And if I would have known better, like I said, this is literally my first time rain dyeing. If I would have known that the saturation was probably going to be an issue, I would have added another color to the back side of the shirt. And then I think it would have looked perfect. But you live and learn, and that's part of the reason why I'm sharing this with you is, I've never done this technique before. So I'm just kind of learning as I go along, but I figure if I can save you a shirt, maybe make it end up a little bit more saturated, I'm happy to do that. So I don't consider this one a total fail. I actually think it still kind of looks like a cool shirt, but it's not exactly what I was expecting or what I was going for totally. But what do you guys think? Do you do a lot of rain dyeing? And if you do you have any tips for me? And are there certain designs that look better rain dyed than others? Like I said, I already did a spiral at the same time that I did this shirt. And so I kind of learned a few things with that shirt as well. But are there other designs that look really good rain dyed? Please drop me some comments down below and let me know, because I'd like to tie up some more shirts and have them ready for the next time it rains. And if you enjoy the content of my YouTube channel, I sure would appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave me a thumbs up. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.